My daughter's in active labor, and this is a Franciscan Crown Point being put out in active labor.
This is the video captured as Mercedes Wells was wheeled out of Franciscan Crown Point Hospital in tears and pacing her breathing.
So we got to transfer her to a different hospital while she's in labor and pain.
The mother of now 2 says she was in full-blown labor.
So we pull off, we get to the end of the parking lot. We get on the expressway, 2 minutes in, I'm like, I have to push. The head came out, he's on the phone with 911. My baby's head is out, what do I do? He pulls over to catch the baby, because the second time I pushed, she came out.
This Black mother went to the hospital in active labor. She called ahead. She was having real contractions, but instead of being admitted, nurses sent her home. Just 8 minutes later, she gave birth, not in the delivery room, but in a truck on the side of the road. It's shocking, it's heartbreaking, and it's yet another example of medical racism in America. Why are Black women's cries frequently ignored? Why is their pain often so minimized? If you think this is just a fluke, think again. There are dozens, even hundreds of stories just like this. Women saying they were dismissed, sent away, neglected. Many people online are outraged. And the truth is, this isn't just bad care. It's a pattern. Take a look at the upcoming clips. Take a look at the feedback. Comment in the comment section below if you've ever experienced medical racism. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thank you for watching.
You see little Alina on her mother's chest of care they deserved from.
Relatives of the couple say while they are thrilled to welcome a happy, healthy baby, this is not the kind of experience they would want for any expectant mother. Breathing through her contractions, Mercedes Wells was wheeled out of Franciscan Health Crown Point Hospital Sunday. Her family says hospital staff had just discharged the mother of multiple children, telling her to go home and wait for her labor to progress.
My daughter's in active labor, and this is a Franciscan Crown Point being put out in active labor.
On Sunday morning, I woke up to frantic texts from my mother saying, call me as soon as you wake up.
Sharice Thompson says she knew her sister-in-law had been admitted to the Northwest Indiana hospital, but didn't expect what she would hear next.
But my mother was screaming like, your brother just delivered his baby. Your brother just delivered the baby. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
After the Crown Point Hospital discharged Mercedes, Sharice says her brother Leon escorted his wife back to the truck to find another hospital. 8 minutes into their drive, Leon and Mercedes' daughter was born on the side of the road, delivered by her father.
He grabbed like a blanket and then put the baby on Mercedes' chest, my niece on her chest, yeah, and drove the rest of the way to the hospital, to Munster Community.
Doctors at Munster Community Hospital took over, providing the care Sharice says Mercedes pleaded for in Crown Point.
Mercedes begged her. She begged her, and she said, no, I'm really in active labor. I can feel it. My contractions as I walk. I mean, my pain, I'm telling you, I can feel it. And she just ignored her.
The family now calling for accountability.
I want there to be some sort of change so that other families don't have to experience this.
If it implements change, it implements strength, and it implements courage in other women that's going through this, then that's what I'm looking for personally.
Franciscan Health Crown Point Hospital saying in part in a statement, the video and comments it has generated are deeply troubling, and we understand the concern this has raised. The video is just one part of the information we are reviewing as part of a thorough investigation into this alleged incident. The parents, together with their attorney, are planning to hold a news conference tomorrow morning to talk about how they plan to pursue justice. As for the couple's newborn baby, Sharice says mom and the baby are doing well and that she has a couple heroes for parents.
Walk us through what happened, Mercedes. You knew you were about to give birth. You got to the hospital. What happened?
I got to the hospital. They admitted me to the hospital. I was 10 minutes apart in my contractions. As I got to the labor and delivery floor, the nurse came in and said she was going to check me. She did that. She checked me and told me I was 3 centimeters apart. And then she said, I'll come back and I'll check you again. And if you haven't progressed, then we'll send you home. I told her I can't go home. I'm about to have this baby soon. And she said, well, only if you progress in centimeters, then you'll be able to stay, but otherwise we'll have to send you home. So it was kind of like she was prepping me to go home when I first got there, but I just kind of ignored her. Like, okay, well, I'm not worried about that. I'm having this baby. As I went through the pain contractions, it progressed to 7 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes to 2 minutes apart. The pain got worse and worse. She still came in, checked me again, and said I was 3 centimeters still. Regardless of the labor and the pain I was going through, she still said that, oh, I told the doctor that you haven't progressed, so we're going to discharge you. I never seen a doctor. The doctor never showed his face, her face, whoever the doctor is, I don't know. But I never saw anybody, just the nurse. And she told me that they had to send me home.
You go back to the car, and then Mercedes, you looked at your husband and said, this baby is coming. Leon, what did you do? And what was going through your mind when you realized you were going to have to deliver your child?
I told her stop. No, at first. I mean, I tried to tell her stop, but I mean, I was scared. I was terrified. Like literally. I mean, I wanted to wait till we get to the nearest good hospital, which was 30 minutes away. But as soon as she said, I have to push, and she started pulling her pants down. She like, help me pull my pants down. I'm driving on the expressway. Yeah, it was sad. It was a very, very, very scary moment. And by God's grace, he gave me the ability to do what I had to do at the time.
What up, Nurse Gang? What up, TikTok? So, we are headed back down to Indiana. The couple that was kicked out of the hospital and had their baby in the truck 8 minutes later is now speaking out. They've retained a lawyer. They were in that hospital for 6 hours, and the nurse said this patient wasn't in labor. They told her, you're discharged, and she ended up having her baby. Someone needs to be held accountable. And it looks like it's the nurse. The patient says she never even seen a doctor. Let's take a look at the video.
Was turned away from the hospital while she was in labor. This Indiana couple says this happened at a Crown Point hospital, and 8 minutes later, the mom gave birth in the family's truck on the side of the road. NBC5's Christian Farr spoke with the family today.
No empathy. She didn't show any care.
Mercedes Wells and her husband Leon say staff at Franciscan Health in Crown Point did not treat them fairly when Mercedes started to go into labor with their 4th child.
I told them I was 10 minutes apart with my contractions. By the time I got upstairs, it was about 8 minutes apart, my contractions.
Mercedes says she spent 6 hours in the hospital and was never seen by a doctor, only a nurse, who Mercedes says treated her like she was not in active labor.
Upon returning to the room, she's like, well, if you're not further along in your centimeters, then, we got to send you home.
This is a Franciscan Crown Point being put out in active labor.
Mercedes' mother captured the moment when the couple was asked to leave Franciscan, and that's when they started to head 20 minutes north to Community Hospital in Munster. But they say 8 minutes into the drive, Leon had to help his wife give birth to their daughter, Elena.
I started pushing, I kind of tugged and pulled a little bit, and baby came out, and just didn't know what to do. I just prayed.
In an emailed statement, Franciscan officials say, in part, we have launched an internal investigation into the alleged incident. Due to patient privacy laws and our own policies pertaining internal investigations, we are unable to comment further at this time. The Wells have not filed a lawsuit, but their attorney says the hospital needs to quickly address what happened.
Accountability looks like making certain that the woman that made the decision to kick her out of this hospital doesn't work there anymore.
The Wells say that they would like to have an apology from Franciscan, and their attorney is trying to request a meeting with hospital officials.
A mother and father are demanding policy changes at a Northwest Indiana hospital. They claim they were turned away from that hospital and forced to deliver their own baby on the side of the road. Arnold Brennan covering this story for us, and you spoke to the couple this morning. What did they tell you?
Well, so they've hired an attorney, and that's where they spoke to us from, the attorney's office this morning. They told us they spent 6 hours at Franciscan Health in Crown Point, and instead of being treated and greeted with empathy, they say they were ultimately sent out the door with a security escort.
A baby delivered in a car suggests a mother didn't make it to the hospital in time.
Being put out in active labor.
But Mercedes Wells made it to Franciscan Health in Crown Point, Indiana.
My daughter's being kicked out of this hospital.
She and her husband Leon say the hospital turned her away while she was in labor, forcing Leon to deliver their daughter in the front seat.
We walked out of the hospital at 6:20 in the morning, Sunday morning, and the baby came 8 minutes later.
Baby came out, and just didn't know what to do. I just prayed and asked God for guidance.
Now the couple has a new baby girl and a new attorney.
This is something that should have never, ever happened.
The Wells family says they called ahead to the ER, knowing baby Alina was coming 2 weeks early.
I was met with really stern faces, like no welcoming faces, as I usually would get when I go to, a hospital or a place of care.
Mercedes says a nurse who checked on her said she wasn't far enough along and seemed intent on sending her away.
I was in excruciating pain. She seen me in pain and agony, and I guess she still perceived me to not be in labor.
Her contractions were just a minute apart, but the mother of 4 says she was discharged on doctor's orders without ever seeing a doctor.
Accountability looks like making certain that the woman that made the decision to kick her out of this hospital doesn't work there anymore.
The couple claims it was discrimination.
I've seen how common it is in the Black community, so I know that it happens often. I just never thought it would happen to me.
They want a sit-down meeting with hospital administrators to talk policy changes, so no other mother in labor is turned away.
So in a statement, the president and CEO of Franciscan Health Crown Point says the videos that the Wells shared were, quote, deeply troubling, adding that they don't represent the healthcare system's values. And Maria, they've also launched their own investigation into what happened.
Curious to hear about the results of that and what happens next with this story. Thank you, Noel.
And both of these women literally gave birth minutes after these videos had been recorded. Literally. And what's crazy to me is they're clearly in distress. They're clearly experiencing labor pains. Because if the shit was just easy peasy lemon squeezy like a goddamn menstrual cramp, they wouldn't be at the fucking hospital. But not only are they being neglected, their life is in danger. That baby life is in danger. They're not hooked up to anybody's machines being monitored. Just ignored.
And just moments ago, we received an updated statement from the hospital's president and CEO, Raymond Grady, saying in part, quote, "We are aware of the video and the concerns expressed on social media regarding the discharge of a pregnant patient from Franciscan Health Crown Point."
We get on the expressway, 2 minutes in, I'm like, I have to push. The head came out. He's on the phone with 911. My baby's head is out. What do I do? He pulls over to catch the baby because the second time I pushed, she came out. So that was it. 2 pushes. She was out.
Wells gave birth in the family's pickup truck on the side of the highway. Her husband was forced to deliver their baby himself without medical assistance. In the video, you see little Alina on her mother's chest, weighing 6 pounds. Her umbilical cord still attached. And if you look closely, you can see the pickup truck is moving. And 8 minutes from being discharged, their baby girl was in the world.
They was discharging her. I'm like, so when you think she's going to have baby? Today, tomorrow? I don't know. Maybe today. Maybe tomorrow. We don't know. Maybe next week. She was real, nonchalant about it. I'm like, so you don't, she's in labor.
The Wells family told me they only saw a nurse.
Our nurse was 25. She had been a nurse for 2 years, she told us. and she had only been in labor and delivery for months.
The family gave birth to their 2.5-year-old daughter at Franciscan Health Crown Point in the past, before the hospital moved to its new location in 2024. This time, Wells says she pleaded with staff not to be discharged, but a nurse told her she had only dilated to 3 centimeters, even after 6 hours of labor.
When you requested, well, where's the doctor? I don't agree with you. What happened?
She said doctor already gave orders. She didn't want to talk about this anymore.
This is where the family is now, at Community Hospital in Munster, recovering.
She's doing great. This is her. She's napping.
As for the mom of 2, she says the entire birthing experience was traumatic, something she's still struggling to process and can't talk about without breaking down.
The emotions come in waves. It's like I'm okay at one moment, the next moment I'm like bursting out in tears. Resources. I'm sorry.
Franciscan did release a statement saying this: the health and safety of our patients is always our top priority. We have launched an internal investigation into the alleged incident. Due to patient privacy laws and our own policies pertaining to internal investigations, we're unable to comment further at this time. As for little Alina, she is doing fine. She came into the world at 6:28 Sunday morning. The family says Community Hospital is finally giving them the level of care they deserved from the start. They have now hired attorney Cannon Lambert, saying they don't want what happened to them to happen to someone else. In the studio, Tia Ewing, Fox 32 Chicago.
And just moments ago, we received an updated statement from the hospital's president and CEO, Raymond Grady, saying in part, quote, "We are aware of the video and the concerns expressed on social media regarding the discharge of a pregnant patient from Franciscan Health Crown Point. We are grateful to learn from online and media reports that both mother and child are reportedly doing well. The video and the comments it has generated are deeply troubling, and we understand the concern this has raised. The video is just one part of the information we are reviewing as part of a thorough investigation into this alleged incident." And then he added, "The reality is disparities in healthcare outcomes exist, and Franciscan Health Crown Point strives to be part of the solution, not the problem."
Seriously, what the fuck is going on? I literally just made a video yesterday talking about the young mother in Texas who was in excruciating pain but was ignored and neglected by her nurse. And then today I see this video.
So we gotta transfer her to a different hospital.
You cannot make this shit up. So this lady went to the hospital to have her baby, and they sent her on her way. They told her that even though her contractions are strong, that she's not progressing with her dilation. For that reason, they sent her on her way. Clearly, this lady is in labor. She's in pain. They are not addressing any of that. And 8 minutes later, after they left the hospital, the husband, untrained civilian, had to deliver his own child in a freaking truck after they just left the hospital on their way to a different hospital. These hospitals, why do they not take black pregnant women seriously? This right here is the reason why they have a higher mortality rate. Black pregnant women. What is going on? This needs to stop.
My daughter is being kicked out of this hospital and she's in active labor. My daughter's in active labor, and this is a Franciscan Crown Point being put out in active labor.
A mother and a father are demanding policy change at an Indiana hospital after claiming they were turned away and forced to deliver their own baby in their car. Mercedes Wells' family says that she was in active labor, but the hospital turned her away because she was only dilated 3 centimeters. Wells' family says that 8 minutes after she was discharged from the hospital, she gave birth to her baby with the help of her husband in her car. Wells and her husband have reportedly hired an attorney, and they claim this incident was discrimination against a black woman. They want to plan a meeting with hospital administrators to talk about policy changes so no other mother in labor is turned away.